2018. Coming out the slums, it's the hoodlums. I'm pulling my gat out on all you bums. It's your boy, the King of Bong Style, Jim Vicious, and he's the one they call Dr. Feelgood. He's the one that makes you feel alright, my co-host.
Tyler Fudge whipping his dick out to put down your little... I got nothing to rhyme. I'm not very good at it. Why do I always do this, Jim?
Why do you like default to your dick all the time?
Because this is where I go when I'm in doubt, even though it's small and tiny.
Well, in doubt, go to the dick.
Yeah.
God. You go, there's some dated music fucking references in the intro this week.
Man, yes, there was. I was trying to do Glock replacing Glock with my dick, and something else you said with mouth, and it didn't work.
I hadn't written anything for your part, and I was sitting in the car waiting for Mrs. Vicious, and Dr. Feelgood came on the radio, so that explains that. A peek behind the curtain.
I like to think I make you feel good. I like to make all you listeners just feel good enough about yourself that you hate yourself less than you hate me. So,
Dr. Feelgood was a drug dealer, man.
Hey, I don't peddle no drugs, but I'll do them.
Yeah, if you got them, I'll do them.
Yeah. I don't sell them.
But I do them. Don't sell them anymore. I used to be. For years I did.
I sold cigarettes.
Fuck.
In high school.
In Canada. How much were they? Like $2?
No, man. I'd sell them to, so let me give you an example, okay? My town, there was 4 towns going to my high school. The high school was in Point Leamington, but I lived in Leading Tickles. Glover's Harbor went there, and Pleasant View went there. So there's these 4 towns. I would sell them for 50 cents to Leading Tickles. This was actually, everybody would. To Leading Tickles and Glover's Harbor for 50 cents. Nobody sold them to Pleasant View people because they were just weird. And then Point Leamington, we sold them for $1. Because fuck those crowds.
That was an in-depth story for the intro.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter at Suplex City Limits. You can follow me at the Federation, and I'll give it.
You want to take that part of my intro?
No, that's all I can remember.
Suplex City Limits. It's available for listening wherever fine podcasts are found. You can follow me, as mentioned, on the show Twitter at Suplex City Limits. Follow Tyler at the Federation. If you like the show, and come on. Come on. Pick up a t-shirt. Pro Wrestling Tees got 4 designs available. Sizes small to 5XL. Shipping intergalactically. Or you could donate on our Patreon. As little as $1 a month. $1. 25 cents an episode.
Or in Canada, $1.25. That'll get you $1 American dollar.
Well, there you go. You can do that. Get yourself a shout out on the show. Like our friends Casey, the Wrestling Soup Podcast, the Mizcast, Infamous Chris Savage, Kick-Ass Keith Martin, Jumpin' Jeremy Foltz, and Insane Ian Jackson. We thank you very much. This week on the Pot Smokin'est Wrestling Pod on the Internet, the podcast of the Immortals, we'll be talking Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I watched a bunch of Impact. I watched some 205 Live. You watched what? Freelance?
Defiant. Yes.
I'm so confused. I watched a lot of wrestling.
There's so much of that over in the UK. It's like every time I turn around or turn on my computer, it seems, there's a new British wrestling show. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
What is
I just want to check my email, and I got to watch some Osprey flipping around match.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have all that. The top 3. And who knows what else? We kind of do shit on the fly. We got the news. We can talk about that as well. So,
yes.
We may as well just get right into it and talk about the news.
This week in the news, future porn star may be leaving wrestling, and maybe she goes all in over to YouTube.
I'm Jim Vicious, and this is news to you. We might as well talk there, right? We'll talk about Paige. We like talking about Paige on here.
We do. We love talking about. She has been such a light of our lives over the last year.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Evidently, she's done
At least that's what they're saying right now. It hasn't been released by WWE, but as of right now, it's the word that she's done.
Yeah. With her neck, I guess. What changed? What changed from when they approved her to come back to right now?
That's really the question. How did she pass to come back if now she's done? It's weird. It's either they didn't really give her a good test to begin with to come back, or Sasha's got legs of fury. One of the two.
She kicked her in the back. She didn't kick her in the fucking neck.
Whiplash.
Whiplash. Whiplash. I mean, she's young. She's 25 years old. I'm saying that I don't think this is pro wrestling related. I think that this is cocksucking related.
Oh, you mean like herpes? Or no? Herpes
No, I just mean that she sucks so much dick that she's blown her neck out. You know? She's done, man. It's nothing to do with wrestling. It's nothing to do with wrestling, man.
So are you saying that she's gotten a taste of homemade porn, and now she wants to get paid for it like Sonny?
No, I just think that she's just sucked so many dicks that she's fucking threw her neck out, you know?
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
It's funny, like, when she came back, 2 months ago, I was like, this is going to end badly and it's not going to take long. Go back and listen. It's fucking there, I'm telling you.
It's there, yeah. Well, you even look at her, too, though. You know, she came back. She doesn't look like she's in shape. She just looks gaunt and skin and bones. And you look at all these guys like Tyson Kidd. Why is Tyson Kidd alive right now, Jim?
Strong neck.
Strong neck, exactly. He had muscles. What you look at Paige's, there's nothing there. It's just flimsy bones, and she was taking bumps since she was 12 years old. That's probably got a lot to do with it too. Because you know what happens when you take you know what happens when you take bumps at 12 years old, right? While your body's still forming, it stunts the growth and fucks it all up. That's why you're not. Was
she really wrestling that young?
I'm sure she was. They say she was. She says she was. Her family says she was.
Taking fucking pile drivers at age 12 in front of 20 people at a fucking shitty British carnival.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. What are ugly ass brothers? Fucking weird looking mom. That was mean of me. I stand by it.
She's tweeted since this has been going around. She tweeted, "The comeback is always stronger than the setback."
Yeah. Yeah.
She did not spell cum, C-U-M. No, she did not.
I was hoping.
Low hanging fruit with the cum joke right there.
Yeah. Just plucking at the long hanging fruit there, buddy.
What else is she gonna do? I mean, are they gonna keep her around and pay her to fucking be a manager?
No.
For these two shitbags?
No, I don't think so. I really don't know.
They're not shitbags. I take that back. Sometimes do you find yourself confused about who's with who? Still?
No.
Okay.
Not at all, actually.
Nope, you're just a stone dummy.
you just smoke too much, Jim.
Sometimes I'm like, wait, which one is Morgan with, and which one is Mandy Rose with?
No, I got that.
I wouldn't pay her shit.
Because me, I think Mandy Rose is extremely, extremely sexy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to make you look better, but I can't, Jim. You're just dumb.
All right. Well, breaking news. Jim Vicious is done.
Another breaking news. Tyler Fudge is fired.
Fired? Could you be fired from this?
I don't know. Can I?
I guess. I suppose. I don't know.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Fuck that shit. Speaking of British young girls taking bumps too young.
Ooh.
I
know where this is going.
IPW UK Daniel Edler, who was the founder, he has since sold the company at some point last summer, has been accused of sexual misconduct started by one girl who I had an argument with on Twitter. Only I would not be able to bite my tongue in the face of a girl who's been sexually abused. I just couldn't resist. Anyway, a lot since then. Boys too.
Really?
Who the fuck lets 15-year-old girls train wrestling?
That's
Are you
it's
serious?
questionable. I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean?
There's a bunch of them, it sounds like. But yeah, evidently this guy was boys and girls, dude. As young as like 14, 15 years old. And I don't know what's happening currently. I mean, I talked to the one girl, the first girl, on Twitter, said, and I don't know, are the police involved or not, or what's happening? I don't know, but this is happening. That guy's a scumbag. So if your
Sounds
kids
like
have
it.
trained with this guy, fucking ask him some serious questions.
He sounds like a real Rob Feinstein type of guy.
Yeah.
Because we all know what happened to Rob Feinstein. Should we remind people, Jim?
Weinstein?
Feinstein, Rob Feinstein, the former
Oh,
owner of
that
ROH.
guy.
You know?
I thought you were talking about Weinstein. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I got you. Yeah, what was his deal?
He
Was
got
on
caught.
To Catch a Predator?
Well, it wasn't To Catch a Predator. It was the predecessor To Catch a Predator. Perverted something or whatever. Yeah, he got
To
caught
Catch a
on that.
Pro Wrestler, dude.
Yeah. Can you imagine though, man? What a fucking.
Oh, they did do that.
Oh, gross.
Send a 15-year-old a girl send a fucking like underage little fucking budding girl who's like 16 to an indie wrestling show and have her try to fuck people and see how many of them fucking do it. Spoiler, all of them.
Yeah, a great deal of them.
This is completely side note to this. Recall last week, this is also news, I broke my bong right before we started, but this week...
Look at that. Oh, that sounded like wet farts. That's what that sounded like.
Sounded like a cow with his foot stuck in the mud.
It's true, it did.
Got a new bong. I've been practicing my bong style.
There you go. You can get that T-shirt. Where, Jim?
Pro Wrestling Tees. King of Bong style T-shirt. But as I mentioned to you earlier, people are probably wondering, like, so what did he argue with this girl about? This girl is stupid. Anyway, like, yes, not to like victim shame or anything, but this girl, she pinned on her fucking Twitter was a Patreon and the post was 1 day ago. This is the same time that she did these posts, and I'm like, all I said was like, way to have a fucking brand new Patreon pinned to the top of your profile on the day that you're gonna like try to fucking, that you're gonna expose all this and have all this traffic. She's like, oh well, it's an older Patreon, and just like, I'm not gonna argue. If I wanted to argue with kids, I'd have had fucking kids,
Amen to that.
Yeah, but I'm better at pulling out than a lot of you motherfuckers. So.
Yes. There you go.
Evidently.
I've just always been a condom guy, except for the couple times where I've gotten chlamydia. But no, like literally though, like literally.
Couple times.
Like,
Jesus Christ.
It's like every time I've never worn a condom, something's happened.
God, that's scary. I lucked out, I guess. But that's, I don't know. I guess we'll see where this goes, and if this guy gets arrested, he should. And he should have his fucking dick cut off if he, well, probably just in general. Just cut the guy's dick off.
And put it in a jar and make him look at it all the
time. You could have had this if you weren't a fucking shithead. Just go fuck regular women. What's wrong with you, man?
Or just next time you feel like touching a boy, jerk off. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
Dude, that's something too. Dude, you get yourself in a lot of bad situations in life by not jacking off first.
Exactly. Exactly.
You'll make horrible decisions, and you'll know it immediately, because you'll find yourself in some fucked up place doing something fucked, and the second that you nut, it's like, oh.
You know what that's called, Jim? It's called the post-fat clarity. That's what that's called.
Yeah, it's like, if I'd have just jacked off, I wouldn't even have gone through any of this shit, No. I wouldn't even be here right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, jack off first. Before bar close, if you're like looking at some chick and shit, go in the bathroom, jack off, come back out, and realize that you're just going to go home and get some food and play Xbox instead, and your life's going to be a lot less fucking problematic.
Yeah. Before every major life decision, you need to jack off first. Buy a car, jack off. Go for groceries, jack off.
Do you want to cremate Grandpa, or do we want to bury him conventionally? Jack off before that. Right there.
Yep.
What else we got? Candice LeRae reportedly signs with WWE. Do you care about this?
I mean, she's a good female worker.
Yeah.
She's really good at getting babyface heat, so I think, and especially too with Johnny Gargano, they seem to like to have husband-wife pairings. So, boom, there you go.
Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of like to have your fucking lady around if you can.
Yeah, exactly. On the road, how can you ask for more?
The Cody and the Young Bucks announced date for the All In event. This is what it's called, All In. September 1st, and who knows where.
Yeah, they haven't. They said they'd announced that in like a future being the Elite episode or somewhere along there. Which a new
It's a
one
great
came out
idea.
today. Yeah, a new one came out today. I don't know what it. Literally, I got the notification before we started to record. But
Oh, I watched it. I watched it earlier today, I'm pretty sure.
oh, it mightn't have been this week. It could be in 4 weeks for all we know, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine it's in
they-
Chicago, though. You know what I mean?
Well, you expect it's got to be like Chicago or it's got to be California. Where else could you? Maybe New York?
New York, you probably could, but New York seems like very expensive.
Yeah.
You know,
Chicago, man. Chicago's the wrestling town. Bless you, Chicago, for being a wrestling town, along with, it offsets your being like the
dangerous.
homicide capital of the of the country.
Yes.
You know?
Which I learned while watching Drugs on Netflix, which is
Yeah,
a great documentary.
Y'all need to stop shooting each other. But yeah, Kenny Omega's also confirmed for this. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's also ML, the Arrow guy, Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Adam Page, Marty Scurll, all those guys.
wait, ML?
Not the guy that plays Arrow on TV.
Oh,
Stephen
is he
Amell.
wrestling now? As
No,
that? Oh, okay.
He's been with them a couple times. One of the ROH shows, he was there with them.
Yeah. Any other wrestlers though? Like
Not
other
yet.
aside from their guys?
Not yet.
Blow it out, man. Get if you're crazy, if you're not get guys like I think you should get guys like Pentagon and shit like that. But will they Phoenix? Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
I saw a fantasy poster for it, and it
I
was
did
pretty
too.
fucking. It was pretty awesome. It was like who CM Punk was taking on somebody?
Kenny
Omega, I think was
yeah.
Punk and
Which that would
Punk and Omega?
I don't think that would be that good of a match, really. Kenny Omega would carry that match, in my opinion.
and they had Daniel Bryan with Ibushi,
Yeah, which would be a good match.
which would be. I mean, I would rather see like Omega and Bryan. Has that happened somewhere before?
No, that's never happened. No, I wouldn't.
I don't know. Some but like actually
On
at the Federation.
yeah, you sons of bitches.
They were in a tag match as opponents in a ready show in Oklahoma.
You sound like somebody. I can't put my finger on it.
What else you got? Oh, Impact Wrestling. As I said, I watched a lot of it this week. They had like fucking 2 shows on this week, a one night only and their traditional TV show. I watched both.
You're a
I had a lot of
madman.
time on my hands. I had a lot of time on my hands, and I was like on a quest for a top 3. And what are you gonna do?
I was on a quest
So-
for a top 3 too. I went to watch Impact. I was like, man, I said I'd never do this again. And when I seen the 6-sided ring, I was like, oh, I can wait. I was like, no, not watching it.
Well, let's get into that.
Let's do it.
Impact has a 4-sided ring at their new tapings.
Good. Thank
How many
fucking
times has
God.
this been? I heard you say it. I
5.
don't remember.
5
the 5th
times.
time.
We have started in
Right.
2002 with the 4-sided ring. I believe in 2004, 2005, they changed to the 6-side. Then when Hogan came, they changed to the 4-side. Then they changed it back to the 6-side. Now they're changing it back to the 4-side now.
To quote Walter Sobchak, all of our fucking problems are gone, dude. Our problems are fucking over, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
This is it. This is all it takes. This is going to turn around their fortune and save their company, dude. This is it.
Yeah.
This move on its own.
Right?
How about we stop booking like fucking assholes and burying our entire fucking roster of guys to MMA guys, and I could go fucking on and on about the problems with that shit, but like, oh no, this is gonna be the big fucking change.
Now, this will change certain aspects. It will make matches better because you don't have to try to run around 6 sides.
If I may interject, it will not make X Division matches better.
Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Those X Division scramble matches where, you know, how they love 4 or 6 or 47 fucking X Division guys and win the ring at once. I think that'll suffer.
You know,
to me, I love the 6-sided ring for those.
To me, I don't even want to watch those matches. But I digress.
Really? To me, that's the best match on Impact every week. Is like where there's a bunch of X Division guys in there together.
I don't want to. It's to me, it's just train wreck. It's just like, don't care for it. But really? I'm not watching Impact just to see that. You know what I mean? No.
You're not watching Impact, period.
Exactly. It's not going to get me to watch it. But it's also going to make the bump softer because the 6-sided ring is notoriously stiff. And at least now you're not reminded of how horrible the Impact past is by looking at this stupid 6-sided ring.
Yeah. I guess, you know, I don't care either way. You do whatever the fuck. I mean, obviously, if you're a worker, I'm sure you want the 4. That's what you're used to. So when you go there, it's got to be weird, right? Your first time in one of those things, it's got to be fucking off the wall.
Oh, it has to be. You're especially running the ropes. Which side? Where do I go?
Yeah.
It's so
I still like
to
it,
4 sides.
And I still feel like it's an original thing. You know, like that's one thing that you can do to be a little bit different. You know, I also always felt like if you're flipping channels on TV and maybe you liked wrestling at some point in your life and you weren't aware of this and you came across and you saw wrestling in a 6-sided ring, maybe you would stop, you know, be like, oh, that's fucking weird. I don't know.
But
it's whatever.
Probably at this point in time, most people have flipped through the channels in the past, seen the 6-sided ring, watched for 15 minutes, realized how horrible it was and left. And now every time they see that 6-sided ring, it's like, oh man, that's bad. That's bad stuff, bad news.
And this is where you're at. I thought it was... I mean, they're still using that in Mexico in some places, yeah?
AAA are using it, aren't they?
I was trying to think back to the last Triple Mania. Were they using that thing? I don't remember.
I don't think
I think they might have been. I don't recall.
I don't know how much of Triple Mania I watched.
Because, I watched the whole show.
Yeah, because I remember having a hard time finding a stream for it.
Yeah.
Then I just winged it when the show came along.
Yeah. I was live on Twitch.
Yeah, but I didn't watch it live.
Yeah. Understandable. I don't know. I just, it's different, right? It made me think, like, why other people, like, I'm surprised the Japanese don't wrestle inside of a fucking trapezoid or something. You know, like, something fucked up.
Well, I mean, at DDT, they wrestle everywhere. Streets, trampolines. Right.
Yeah. Where we're going, we don't need rings. What else we got? Samoa Joe is kind of hurt. We'll see how long.
Yeah, it's I don't know what a planter's tent. What was it called?
I don't fucking.
Planter's muscle tear or something like that.
Does it really matter? You know.
I had a buddy that had it, and
he hurt his foot. He can't walk very well.
I had a buddy that had it. Man, it looked excruciating.
Yeah.
There's some kind
of.
Anyways, fuck, it doesn't matter. Let's go.
Did you see Matt's picture with Nordholm?
Apparently, they've made up.
He said, "I am thrilled to proclaim that we have acquired new allies on our side of the Great War." So I guess it basically we're like, "Hey, we're gonna stop being cunts to you guys now." Yeah. I wouldn't go and just take a picture with him and fuck you, bitch. Give me my money and fuck you.
See, now this is where I take it. I think that Ed Nordholm and his crew they came into this, they were with Dixie. Dixie probably painted a certain light, and they went with it. Dixie's not in power. Jeff's not in power. I would imagine a lot of this was cunty old Jeff Jarrett. So, and it was because he was mixed in with Rebby's tweets and everything by being a drunk pervert and stuff. But, yeah, no, like, once all that cancer left the Impact company, I would imagine Ed Nordholm was like, well, I got nobody telling me to not do this now.
Yeah, but he fucking killed them, man, when he had an interview with John Pollock. And if you liked wrestling and you heard that interview with that Ed Nordholm, you fucking hated him. You're like, wow, this guy is a cunt.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
hope this company fucking gets AIDS.
But
Seriously.
you know that was so rehearsed,
You know?
though. That had to be
And
so
that's the thing,
rehearsed.
too. As like, you don't want anything to close. I feel that and everything. But at the same point, Impact just like, all the years with Dixie, it was like, I hope they go under. So, like, at least this bitch will know, fuck no, you failed. Because right now, she's probably still doesn't think she did.
No. Her daddy won't let her think that.
And Ed Nordholm, too. Yeah, he's just a cunt. He doesn't know anything about wrestling. And if there's been one thing that's been established, if you don't know shit about wrestling, you will fail at it. You will fail at it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's just all there is to it. Or if you don't have people around you who do. Luckily, Vince McMahon used to have good people around him, like Pat Patterson, who knew fucking wrestling. Now,
Pat Patterson was probably back in the day one of the better minds. Pat Patterson was great. Like just to come out with the Royal Rumble, of course. But I'm not saying like he was great, like the best thing in the world. But like, you had Dusty Rhodes, he was great. What's he famous though? He's famous for the dusty finish. How horrible was that for the wrestling business?
Yeah. So everybody thinks that they won, see, but really they didn't.
No, I won, baby. I won.
It's like fucking dumb. But yeah, I mean, Pat Patterson. I can't think of Pat Patterson. Like, all I think about is all those allegations of him like touching fucking boys and shit.
Of course.
But
I mean, we still call Chris Benoit a great wrestler. He murdered his whole family.
Yeah. Yeah, he's goddamn if he doesn't like to finger blast little boys, but hell of a finish guy, hell of a finish guy.
Yeah, man, makes you wonder how he finished those little boys.
I know he killed his whole family and his own son with his own hands, but
man, that crippler crossface looked real.
Yeah. You ever see him do those rolling German spot? So good. Fucking ridiculous.
Remember we used to do that flying headbutt off the top rope? Man, I bet you he's regretting those now.
Yeah. Every time I see somebody do a flying headbutt now, and it's like, that's a totally safe move to do because doing that move as a finisher never adversely affected any pro wrestler's career ever, did it?
Never. Daniel Bryan, Chris Benoit.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Dynamite Kid.
Name a motherfucker who did a diving headbutt for very long and isn't, like, fucked because of it. Go ahead, I'll wait. Bam Bam, I guess. Bam Bam did it for a long time.
Bam Bam's also dead. He's been dead. He's a carcass now. He's nothing. He's dirt food. He's dead.
Bam Bam Bigelow, he died so long ago. He died before you had fucking hair on your balls, probably.
No, fuck no. God damn, Jim. I had hair on my balls since like 99.
You remember the year? October 14th, 1999.
It was around grade 6, grade 7, yeah. It
was a magical day.
It was.
In the frozen autumn of Canada.
I can remember the day that I can't remember the exact date, but I remember the moment of the first time I stopped, like, shooting blanks or whatever. It's like, whoa, what is this?
We've gone into weird territory.
We have, but whatever, man. Fuck it. I'll go there. I'm stoned.
Jerking off before you're actually able to produce fucking
sperm.
Dude, all right. I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
I discovered shit early.
How do I transition to the brackets were revealed for WWE's Mixed Match Challenge? I don't really give a fuck. Does anybody? I don't care about this at all.
No,
stupid.
I got enough wrestling in my life. The Mixed Match Challenge, it's not going to make it in there, especially since the WWE doesn't want my people watching it. So fuck them.
Can't you just go to Facebook and watch it?
No, in America only.
You can't in Canada?
No, because Facebook Watch is only in America.
What's the fucking difference?
VPNs, Jim. Literally.
Well, no, but like, what's the difference of like, you guys can't have this? Like, who gives a fuck?
I don't. Everybody in America can have it. If I bought a VPN, I could change it.
Is that not like? Is it part of their deal with their cable deal up there? Because that cable deal sucks in Canada.
It is
It's
a
like a
shitty
totally different thing.
cable deal. Well, yeah, like you can't get the network through a subscription on the internet. You have to get it through a cable company. So
And you got to
therefore,
get it through the box.
yeah, you have to have their satellite. Like literally, you know
Yeah.
how I got the network?
And then it's just, is it all just in on-demand menu shit,
No,
like
no,
a
no.
standard or what?
No, you get the live stream channel as a channel. So like for pay-per-views, it's really cool because like you got
Okay.
there's no lag whatsoever. It's like watching it on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is cool. If you're watching anything live stream, it's cool. But if you want to watch like a random pay-per-view, you gotta log in on the website. But like then there's no app for the PlayStation, no app for the Xbox. Any TV that comes with one of those apps, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right, so it's a rigmarole.
You've made like a mini case for being American right there. You know,
Yeah.
like, yeah, you might get shot in the back of the head next time you're at the grocery store in America, but like, you know, at least you got like legit fucking WWE app.
Well, what I do is I give my parents $10 a month, and they have it on their cable station thing, and I use the online bit. I just go on my computer and I log in.
There you go. Do you have winners for this thing or what?
I did the bracket on Cool Kids. You should.
Yeah, who did you pick to win?
Miz and Asuka.
I chose Rude and Flair to win.
Fair enough.
For some reason, but yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. So
no, I'm going to hope that my picks are good and better than the New Japan ones.
yeah, you'll just have to go. You'll just have to go and pay $5 to get on the Patreon and hear fucking John Pollock and Wei Ting fucking
talk about it.
Review of Mixed Match Challenge.
Yeah, no, I'll save that.
I actually like those guys. I don't know, like I shit on people I like. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they're good.
Yeah. I mean, I like John Pollock Wei Ting. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Mark Henry retired.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like that?
Yeah, his contract ran out and he's not signing another one. He's just done with wrestling.
He's not going to have any in-ring goodbye or anything.
Nope, apparently not. He just quietly went off into the sunset. Really, you're not going to beat his in-ring goodbye that he did like 4 or 5 years ago.
I guess it's like this is kind of a fucking great way for him to leave, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck you, you don't get to do that spot. You know, that's the same with like fucking Bully Ray. If you come back and wrestle ever again, fuck you. Well, fuck you anyway. That guy's an asshole.
You know he's going to be in the Royal Rumble. Come on.
It's in Philly.
Yeah, and they're going in the Hall of Fame this year. So
are they?
Yeah.
Well, they should. Fucking.
Oh,
one
I
of the
agree.
best
I agree. But he's done that retirement angle in ROH, and I hate it when people do that.
Oh, I don't like it either. It's fucking bullshit.
But my last news bit is Christy Hemme gave birth to quadtuplets.
Yeah, did you see the retract story though? It's actually they found out they're not quadruplets. They're actually 4 different babies from 4 different men at the same time.
You son of a bitch.
So 4 men fucked her and impregnated 4 of her eggs. So it's actually
there's a black kid, an Asian kid, an Indian kid, and a white kid. That's how they know this.
Exactly. It's just like no reason to shit on this fucking poor woman.
I mean, she's probably not going to look like the old Christy Hemme no more. Not after 4 kids. But
there you go. That's all the news I have.
That's all I got to.
Oh, fucking Christ. We're going to do the top 3.
Oh, maybe, if I can find it.
Suplex City Limits Top 3.
The top three matches of the week. We both are in a similar situation, right? two for sure's, and then
Yeah, I could care less what went in the last spot because nothing really belongs there.
dude, thankfully we don't have to come up with 5.
Right?
If we did come up with 5 this week, I'd have had
I would have
some
given
fucked up Impact match that
Yeah, you
wasn't
would've.
actually good on there.
Austin Aries and Travis Banks from Defiant probably would have made it on there, even though it doesn't.
Defiant.
deserve it. Yeah.
We got a Defiant review coming up.
Not
Stick
much
around,
of
all
one.
you Defiant pro wrestling fans.
It's not much of one. Because, how many Defiant Pro Wrestling fans are there?
Yeah. First on there, well, I'm gonna go worst to best. Well, not worst to best, but least best to best. Huh?
There you go.
All right.
Math.
Because we don't usually rank it, but this week I feel like we can easily do so. Number 3 is the fuck was it? It is Grand Metalik. I don't have it written down. I'd use my brain. Grand Metalik versus TJP from 205 Live.
I didn't see this.
It was just a good TV match, and that was enough. Grand Metalik being, so entertaining with high-flying shit, and TJP, all of his, shittiness aside, in the ring he's good.
Of course he is. He's really good in the ring, yeah. Didn't he
I
throw
watched,
like
how did
some,
I watch?
Didn't he throw some temper tantrum at the end of it or something?
Yeah, I don't know. He turns heel, but you're like, dude, you're already a heel, man. This doesn't work. He did he got super angry, ripped everything up, and yeah, whatever. That's going to be a losing streak gimmick then, right? They'll have him lose a bunch and be mad all the time, and that's going to get you over, kid.
Yeah. See how well it's worked for Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah. Grand Metalik is back, evidently, from some knee injury. He looked fantastic. That guy is fucking good.
Yeah, he is. It's a shame that he hasn't been able to be used.
He's also dressed like the Black Scorpion or something. He's an all black with a black mask. I'm like, oh, that's... But he's still a face, So
What?
I could see, I guess, if he went heel. Oh yeah, he's still a face. He's hanging out with Kalisto. They're which actually start that as a fucking tag team at least.
Yeah.
And put those guys on the main show. I think a Kalisto Grand Metalik tag team could be your tag champions, dude. I mean, I think they could fucking be a great team. I like the Lucha Dragons minus Sin Cara.
See, I'm not high on Kalisto at all anymore. Because, I mean, look at what we've seen him do. We've seen him shit his pants at the Elimination Chamber because he was so scared to jump off. We've seen him fuck up a good lucha thing. We've seen him get stuck on the ropes doing his entrance.
I would say that you've seen him fuck up a lot of lucha things, but you've also seen him make a lot of good lucha things.
You have. But that's all you remember him for, though, right? Oh, goddamn.
Is that what most people remember him for? Is that just the weird, universe that this show exists in?
Maybe that's all I think of him for. That's all that I ever think of. What's his nuts? I can't even remember his name. Kalisto about. That's all I ever think of, is that he fucks everything up. So I don't think that Kalisto and what's his nuts should be a tag team.
I'd be alright. Okay. I like the idea of a lucha tag team.
I do too.
They could be heels, just not with Kalisto.
Yeah. Get me a
They
different.
have Lince Dorado. They never use Lince
I don't
Dorado.
want Lince Dorado either.
Come on, dude.
Because he's from New Jersey and he looks like Tony the Tiger.
You get on board. I'm like, how about a lucha team? You're like, yes. So all right, how about these two? How about Metalik and Kalisto? You're like, no. How about Metalik and Lince Dorado? No. They don't have any other luchadors.
Get another one, man.
You know who they do have?
La Sombra. That's who they fucking got.
Well, they do have La Sombra. But no, they also have Raul Mendoza on the NXT.
He's good though too, but
I'm not even joking.
Who wants
I'm not even
who wants to see the chubby guy?
We'll put a mask on him.
He's still a chubby guy.
It doesn't matter. He's awesome.
Hey, I know he is pretty good.
I just loved your reaction to like chuckle laugh when I say Raul Mendoza. He's hot, man. He's coming up. He's an up and coming talent in NXT, sir.
Yeah. That's what they're going to do with Ricochet when he comes back. They're going to put the mask on him, and it'll be like, King Puma.
I think they'll.
King Puma.
I think they'll decide that he's too handsome to put a mask on him.
Oh, of course. Can you remember when Stephanie McMahon wanted to take a mask off of Ultimo Guerrero because he was or not Ultimo Guerrero? He's ugly as fuck. Ultimo Dragon.
You put a mask on Ultimo Guerrero.
Yes, you definitely put a mask on Ultimo Guerrero.
Yeah.
But no, she wanted to take the mask off of Ultimo Dragon because he was too handsome.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you're like one of the most decorated wrestlers in Japan and Mexico, and you held like fucking 37 titles at once, and you know, you should just take your mask off.
Yeah, we want nobody to know who the fuck you are.
What the? Yeah.
But luckily, he was gone within a year.
Yeah. We better move on with this. Number two is the fucking Black and Strong, which is the way I like my coffee, actually. And it's the way that Tyler likes his boys.
Oh, yeah.
Gay!
Oh my god. Listen, if you're a black man and you want to fuck me and you're homeless, you want somewhere to stay, you want to fuck me,
Casa de Fall, that's where you go.
Oh shit. Taking on the Undisputed Era, NXT 429.
Yeah,
it was a good match.
It was a good match. I quite enjoyed it. As makeshift as Aleister Black and Roderick Strong are as a team, I really enjoyed it. And you know what? Could have been a lot of it too. Seeing wrestling as second stage.
Yeah. I liked that. I thought that was really cool. Like the ring was kind of diagonal and
yeah. Too bad it wasn't spinning.
Yeah. The end of this match.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ends with the Undisputed Era posing over a fucking destroyed Aleister Black. I don't understand this. Explain this to me somehow.
I think they're going with Adam Cole and Aleister Black as a program.
It is. That's the match at TakeOver Philadelphia.
So, how does WWE book heels? They have them beat the fuck out of the babyface.
I know, but you expect more from NXT, don't you? I do. And I mean, guess not. I shouldn't.
They're not really known for their most in-depth storyline this year is Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Tommaso Ciampa's been out for like 9 months. Then you have Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream, which was all about saying his name. That's your two.
I'm just saying, like, when they came up with Aleister Black and shit, you could have just played awesome fucking vignettes, that the ones that they used in NXT, put those on Raw for a fucking month, and fucking just use him. Never have him talk, have him kick everyone's ass. I mean, the guy's just ready-made. It's just silly to just, like, fuck around like this.
But, Jim, WWE, you're not a real wrestler if you can't talk. Come on, what are you talking about? Vince won't even look at you.
Yeah, some people just don't need to talk. Lars Sullivan.
I know, I agree.
More on that later, though.
Oh.
More on that fucking later.
Oh, I'm with you on this one, for sure.
And then the best match of the week, at least that we saw, Marty Scurll, Flip Gordon, Ring of Honor TV, 329. This is fucking really fun match.
It's really weird to look at those numbers, hey? ROH been around so much longer than NXT. You got 429, ROH 329. It's so odd.
I'm not sure what the deal is with that.
I think it's just like since they moved to Sinclair or something.
Oh, okay.
That's
probably
what I'm
right.
assuming. It's just a different TV show.
Right. So in this match, you see like Flip Gordon. He goes up onto the top rope, and I don't mean in the corner. I mean like in the middle of the rope, and stands there on one foot.
And then flips back.
Yeah.
Madness,
he just stands there for seconds on one foot in the middle of the rope. Fucking crazy.
He's an athletic son of. Can you imagine what he'll be doing in a couple of years? When
he's only 2 years into his career. He's been only wrestling since 2015.
But when he's not in when he doesn't have to do this as a side job, because he's in the army or something or whatever the fuck it is. So it's crazy, man. He'll be something.
Yeah, I think he'll be the Osprey, Ricochet. He'll be what those guys are right now, I think, in the future. And he's starting to get, I don't think any of his other shit's bad. I mean, he's definitely not great at at everything. But the flip shit, to me, he's like next level on the flipping shit.
Yeah. I don't care for that Jewish dance he does. But,
What is that? What is that?
You know that little flip bit he does where, like, Marty Scurll's trying to punch him? And he keeps on doing that hoppa dance. Or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know if that's Jewish, but anyway. I don't know.
Oh,
okay,
no.
I got you.
No, when they do, when the Jewish dance is where they squat down and kick, eh?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm right there.
But, I know what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
That spot, I don't like that spot either. That's pretty ridiculous. But this match was kind of,
I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was a good match.
Yeah.
Especially for the monotony that we were given everywhere else.
And I mean, this match was kind of goofy. At one point, fucking, the ref, Preston Lacey, fucking pushed Marty Scurll down in the match. So that was a cool spot, too. Scurll starts talking shit. Dude just, like, floors him. I mean, I'm sure some people would be like, oh, he makes guy look like shit. I don't know. But
I don't know about you, but my favorite spot was when Preston Lacey looked at the camera and said, "I'm Preston Lacey, and welcome to Jackass." That was my favorite part of the match.
Yeah. This is pro wrestling. So there you go. That's the top 3 of the week. What shows? Where do you want to go from here? We just got shows and shows.
Well, you know what, though? We do
shows.
actually have a voicemail that we can get into to break up the television shows. It's a lengthy voicemail. It's about 4 minutes long.
What?
It is 4 minutes. It's lengthy, so I didn't listen to it, but it's from our good friend Burbs.
Oh yeah, dude.
So
I wonder what. Oh God, you didn't listen to it?
No, I didn't. I didn't listen to it because as soon as I heard it, I was like, you know what, man? You know what? I'm gonna just play this in full because I want to be genuinely surprised by this.
Burbs is my boy. I was just playing Xbox with him earlier today.
Oh, what were you playing?
But we were playing Rocket League.
Okay.
He's my boy and all that shit, but that's why I feel like you should have previewed it first. Who knows what happens in there? Oh, I'm excited now.
All I heard was he's going to go on rants. So I was like, you know what, man? I'm going to let you rant away.
For 4 minutes.
For 4 minutes, baby.
Holy shit. Okay.
We'll see if he starts like making us feel bad about his language. If he makes us feel like we're good human beings.
Yeah.
Then maybe.
I don't think that'll happen.
I don't think that'll happen either. So, you ready for it?
Well, I just want to say first, the views and opinions expressed herein are only those of MC Burberry, and do not reflect the views or opinions of Suplex City Limits or its partners.
Okay, I want to preface the Federation, so we have nothing to do with this either. So
there you go. All right, what do we got?
Suplex City Limits. It's your boy Burbs. Sick show, as always. Got a couple of questions, couple of rants. First off, WWE. Why is it called WWE anymore? Like, they don't even focus on the wrestling aspect. They always are adamant on calling it sports entertainment. Even in, like, I call it shoot, but, like, when they try to be shoot interviews, they even class it as sports entertainment. They don't even say wrestling. Like, they say wrestling less than they say, like, bastard. And it's like, when they say the word wrestling, you're like, ooh, fuck, you just said the wrestling word. Fuck! So, why do they even bother with that? Why they might as well call it WSE, like World Sports Entertainment or something. I don't get it. Speaking of WWE, what is it with Michael Cole not being able to pronounce it, / constantly fucking pronouncing it? He'll say WWE. That's how he says WWE. He doesn't say WWE like it is. He goes WWE. It's like he puts a fucking triple B, triple L, everything in it. Welcome to the WWE Network on the WWE Network. Welcome to the WWE match for the WWE Universal Championship between these two WWE Super. It's like, get the fucking point, mate. We're watching WWE. It's in the bottom of the fucking screen. Jesus. Fucking calm down. Learn some mouthfuck skills like Tom. Fuck. And don't get it twisted. I'm watching a pre-show on the WWE Network, and whilst I'm watching it, on that WWE Network, they're telling me to get the WWE Network. It's like, what the fuck do you think I'm watching this, cunt? Seriously, I don't need this shit. You wonder why you've only got, 1 million subscribers. The other fucking 4 million are fucked off. They're sick of hearing about what they've subscribed to. And I love you Americans. I fucking do. I really fucking do. But for fuck's sake, it's not Gallagher. It's Gallagher. Have you never heard of Oasis? There's not one fucking person in the UK called Gallagher. It's Gallagher. Gallagher. The G is there for a fucking reason. It's not silent. He's not called pterodactyl or something like that with a silent letter. It's Gallagher. Alright? And on a serious note, do you actually like or believe in any of the women on the roster? I'll be straight up honest, I don't give a fuck about them at all. And it's not just recent, I haven't ever give a fuck about them. Maybe Trish and Lee at times and all that shit when they were hot, but yeah, that's a sexual object looking at them. I don't even look at them for wrestling. I never have and I probably never will. Yeah, Charlotte's good and Becky Lynch is good, but I look at them and I go, oh, look, tits. I don't look at them and go, oh, fucking good move. I don't do that. And I even if they were not attractive and they were just pure good, I'm not invested in it. I have nothing. I can't be invested in a division that has about, 3 talented people in. For example, like Naomi, for example, she wasn't shit till she wore luminous clothes. Tamina, she fucking misses frog splashes. Dana Brooke, she's apparently some fucking journalist outside the ring writing shit down now. I ain't seen her in a match in years. Fucking Paige's group, abortion, whatever that's called. They've already got their ass kicked. They're no threat. Hell in a Cell was a clusterfuck. Do you remember how Charlotte won that? She chucked Sasha Banks at a fucking table. She didn't even put her through it. She threw her at a table. Like, that's a joke. The Rumble stinks of McMahon. It is completely caked in Steph. Botchamania Matthews going to have a fucking month worth of episodes just for that Women's Rumble alone. Seriously. And for fuck's sake, someone just admit Natty is terrible. Like, her facials... Granted, she probably gets none off her faggot husband, but apart from that, her facials are fucking terrible. Her selling is ridiculous. Her acting is shit. Like, oh, fuck off. I just hate women. Fuck. Love your show. Keep it up. You motherfuckers are the sickest. You make me laugh at this evil shit, and I feel bad after laughing, which is great. So cheers.
Oh.
That is fucking awesome, man. We might have to see if we can. I feel a segment.
I do too. I do too. I feel there's a Burbs' rant. I don't know. He's more creative than me.
There's a Burbs segment upcoming in this show.
For sure. Because that was my good God. He made all the points that we need to make in 3 minutes.
Yeah, a lot of things that I'm like, he's right.
Yeah.
That's great. No, we'll come together with him. We're gonna have a segment. Speaking of other segments, we don't have Jared's hot takes this week, as Jared is working very hard on the next episode of Pay-Per-View Take 2. We're recording tomorrow. It'll be out this week, Monday, I think. We're looking back SummerSlam 2011, and kind of the whole summer of Punk. So.
Yeah, this should be a really good episode, actually.
Dude, Jared is gonna fucking I know how he prepares for shit. I know how much he likes CM Punk, and I know how much he knows about this. It's gonna be outlandish because it's like him knowing all this shit and doing all this stuff, and then me over here just fucked up, and all I did was watch it really. So, and I don't know anything. I mean, I was just like, yeah, all right. So it'll be fun. Pay-per-view Take 2.
It was, it's the summer that I got back into wrestling, and I dove right in, and it's an interesting time to chronicleize. I like it.
Yeah, Pay-per-view Take 2, which if you haven't listened, you should. It's the kind of show that other shows would hide behind a paywall. Straight up. All right.
Nothing against people that hide things behind paywalls.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know how much Jim hates paywalls.
Yeah, it's your show, you do whatever you want to do. You want to talk about Raw?
Yeah, we will.
Welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw!
Like, you want to talk about Raw? Yeah, we will.
No, because I was
Not
getting
like-
ready to take a hoot, and I was like, "Oh fuck! Now I gotta find the button."
Now that you're like, yes, I can't wait to talk about Raw.
Oh, that's definitely not the no.
Yeah. Raw from Memphis. Oh no, yes, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm not gonna go like spot through this really. We did have an open with Reigns, which is always a bad way to start the show. We had more Good Brothers though. Action
did.
with Balor.
We didn't, and we have Balor acting slightly dickish.
It's funny, like last week on the show, I'm like, oh, this versus the Shield would be cool.
Yeah, and how fast did they do that, eh?
Right. That was your main event, so
It was,
keep
but
you.
oh, sorry, but this segment should only be known for one thing, Jim.
What's that?
And I see, what's that name?
Oh wait, that was our intro, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Totally forgot about that.
Hilarious.
Oh.
That's good stuff. Yeah, I mean, this was, whatever. They had a women's match, and do you notice that Sonya Deville has her hair down now?
Oh yeah,
In an effort to make her look like something that you'd want to have sex with.
but then she still got to put her hair up and say "hair up, square up."
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
Gotta love it.
Can I just be like a hair down, throw down, too? Just as much,
She could do that, but everybody's got their hair down.
I thought, like, she looked more womanly,
She did.
So, but yeah, heels won last time, faces win this time.
Yeah,
So, there you go.
That's a WWE special, 50-50.
Yeah. More just setting up for the fucking Royal Rumble. Abhorlution, of course, will be in there. You think Steph McMahon's going to be number 30 in the Royal Rumble?
No.
And then she's going to like work towards her fucking going over Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania?
No, that would. I don't think they would ever do that. I really don't.
Oh,
I had this discussion with somebody this week. I really don't like. We all expect it from them for sure, but I don't see them tainting the first ever women's Royal Rumble with a Stephanie McMahon win. Because she's not even like it's crazy. I just don't think it will happen. But she will be involved somehow, I would imagine.
I am prepared right now to make my prediction for the winner of the Stephanie McMahon Memorial Royal Rumble.
What is it?
It's me. I've got a vagina now.
Bray,
Sister
what?
Abigail.
Oh, Sister Abigail.
Sister Abigail wins.
So are you willing to elaborate more on how this happens, or is this just one of those wild?
This is the one and done. And Bray Wyatt's gonna win the other one too. It's like no, it's like a dude love Cactus Jack fucking Mankind thing.
Bray Wyatt, big husky hairs, just comes out and just murders every woman in the ring.
You got a Raw flashback to when Raw was cool. The whole Mankind and Vince in the hospital thing where Austin comes in. How good is that? That's like one of the best things from Raw ever.
It is. It's really memorable. It's really funny. You had three of some of the most charismatic people in wrestling ever in that one segment.
That's like a top 10 Raw segment right there.
It is. It is. You add in like the beer truck, all those other segments. Like the cement, filling the Corvette with cement.
Blowing up the bus, maybe, even though that sucked, but
yeah.
Still, they did something of that absurd.
Tell me when they blew up Vince's limo. And they pretended.
Yeah,
dead?
They blew up a bus too, didn't they?
Maybe.
Yeah, they did. They blew up a tour bus too, the DX Express or some shit.
Oh yes, they did. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But when they killed Vince and Chris Benoit killed his family the next week, so they had to pretend it never happened.
Yeah. This Gold Dust shit with Cedric Alexander, man. What? He is always with black dudes. You notice that? Other than his brother.
His whole family.
And in the mixed match challenge, his teammate's Alicia Fox. I don't know what all this means, but it means something.
Well, like, you had
means-
Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire. You got Cody Rhodes
Oh,
and
yeah.
Brandy. You got
Oh.
Goldust and his revolving door of black people. Starting
Yeah.
with Booker T, R-Truth, Cedric Alexander, and now Alicia Fox.
Son of a bitch. He was doing like a Mickey thing. I don't know. I think Goldust is fairly entertaining still. I kind of didn't hate that segment. You know, like
I didn't either, but he quoted the wrong movie. His quote was
Oh, he
actually
probably did.
Rocky 2, not Rocky.
oh, there you go. There you go.
Know. Just so you know.
Let's go.
No, I had in my notes too that I really liked this. This whole Cedric Goldust bit.
Woken Matt came out to his new song and all that, which I like the song.
I do too. I heard a bunch of flack online. I was ready for us to get in an argument. I was ready to throw down, square up, fucking hair up, bud.
Man, put your hair up there, bud.
Yeah, put your hair up there, bud. Get on your high horse, bud, and go over there, huh? Fuck
I
it.
liked the song. I thought it was good.
I did too. I liked how
Well,
he
there you
bit
go.
Hawkins as well.
It's been decided. The song is good.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty good.
He bit Hawkins, called him a spot monkey, and then Wyatt came out, so it was great.
It was great.
But they need to get rid of the Hardy Boys Titantron. That's something they need to do.
They didn't.
No. It starts.
Maybe there's an accident.
It starts with the Woken glass break and then goes right to the Hardy Boys.
That's fucking lazy as shit, dude.
Isn't it ever? Just have the Woken glass break. And just have it as Woken on the Tron and broken glass going up the fucking ramp. That's all you gotta do. Solved. I could draw it up in like 15 minutes, man.
You got Photoshop?
Yeah, I got Photoshop.
Dude. And then, Wyatt appears, they look at each other, and then laugh for like minutes.
Yeah.
It sucks, dude. It sucks.
The match was good. The match, I thought, well, like, how good can a match with fucking Matt Hardy and Kurt Hawkins really be? But, you know, the match itself was fine, but the post-match was horrible.
Yeah, I thought Matt worked. I like that he worked a more savage style, you know?
Yeah, the turnbuckle spot. And
kind of savage.
Oh, no. No.
But it was pretty good. What else we have? Miz.
I know what we... No. Not the Miz, Jim.
You know what I want? I want to talk to Samson.
Elias, yes.
Yes.
He sings. I fast forwarded it, dude. I just immediately. I don't even watch them. I don't care.
Okay, so
Fast forwarded.
this is what happened, okay? Elias came out and he says February 8th is Elvis's birthday. The fans start to boo. He realizes, oh, wait, it's January 8th. Today's January 8th. January 8th.
way.
Yes. Yeah.
You fucking serious, dude?
Yeah, he fucked that up. Yeah, and in his song, he had the correct date there, and it all made sense, and it was grand. Loved it.
Did he do that on purpose? Or...
I don't know. It seems pretty cheap if he did it on purpose.
He's probably just fucked it up. I have no idea. I guess I don't really watch that. Miz, I don't even care. He's going after the IC belt.
Yeah,
They'll probably put it on him.
Yeah, I would imagine they will, actually.
He'll cheat to get it off Reigns.
Yeah, and hopefully, because I'd like to get it off of Reigns. I really would.
Yeah. You see that this Balor Club thing where they're talking strategy. Did they mention Fale?
Yeah, and Tamatanga.
Yeah.
It was like, man,
That's pretty good.
brazen as fuck, bro.
They don't fucking know the difference, man.
No, they don't care.
I don't like Balor Club, the name. I think that's stupid.
I think it should be the club.
Yeah, that's way better, dude.
Yeah.
Or just call them the fucking Good Brothers. All of them.
Yeah, good brothers. Good brother Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Oh, I wish I had that. Fuck. There was this thing like they did this like hand thing in the aisle earlier on that was super fucking funny, man.
What do you mean? Like the Good Brothers did?
Yeah, you could tell like that it popped fucking those guys up there. I don't know. This is goofy, like weird, like top. He called it like a Top Gun thing or something.
I'm lost.
Like a Top Gun fucking handshake thing that they did up there. Anyway, no less.
No less.
What else do we have? Cruiserweight Championship match.
Yeah, with Enzo Amore getting busted open by a leg kick. Or a high leg kick, and then going out and faking that his ankle was hurt. And,
was that the deal? I mean,
yes.
I don't know.
Well, I think it was, because at the end of it, just before it went to 9, he creeps up to see what's going on and then falls back down.
Yeah, you know what I was hoping for here? That Nia would come out and pick him up and carry him to the back. Fuck, I wanted it so much.
That's what should have happened, Jim. I agree. That should have happened.
Yeah, like a fucking, like a soldier carrying his dead fucking soldier friend. Like in a war situation. Just solemnly carry him to the back. That would have been amazing.
Diddles his wiener there a little bit while he's knocked out.
But they kind of act like they're in a relationship now. Like, you can't just skip to that, and you didn't do anything.
I know, right? There's no lead up to it, really. But before we go away from the whole Enzo bit, he was smart enough that when the doc went to wipe the blood away, he wouldn't let him until after the match, because it made it look better. So, props to Enzo for that. All the shitting we do on Enzo, we got to find something to say okay about, and that's it right there. I'll never say another good word about you, buddy.
Angle's on the phone with a former women's star talking about her being in the Royal Rumble. Who's it gonna be? I don't give a fuck.
No, me neither. Me neither. I've heard Molly Holly. I've heard Michelle McCool.
Don't care.
No, don't care. Big checks.
You know the one I want is I want Kong, man.
I want Bull Nakano.
Is she still wrestling?
Yeah, man. She's actually coming over WrestleMania weekend to work some shows, I believe.
No way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's weird how she used to be such a scary looking big broad, and now she's actually a good looking older lady.
Yeah. I think she's quite a fascinating looking old lady right now. Not old, older lady. She's not frail or she still wrestles.
Yeah. Miz has a new reality show on the USA Network. I don't know. You'll have to check your Canadian listings so you can make sure and watch this.
I'm not going to watch this.
I'm just fucking with you. What was the fucking deal with this, man? I guess it's maybe a little later on. The whole Asuka Bliss Nia thing.
Oh! Do you want some backstory onto this, Jim? You want this shown to you just in cut and dry, 20 seconds on how stupid this is?
Yeah.
Hi.
We will win her love.
So we're partners, me and you.
Yeah.
You're undefeated in WWE. You're undefeated in NXT. You're undefeated everywhere.
Do you speak Japanese?
No.
Because Asuka doesn't speak English.
What?
So
literally a segment before this, dude.
Yeah, exactly. How absurd is that?
It was right before they went to commercial. They came back, I think, and then there was this.
Yeah, you have Asuka speaking English and understanding what The Miz says.
Yeah.
And then you have Nia Jax saying she can't speak English. Then you have Asuka on Twitter saying that Nia, basically calling her fat and saying that Nia took her fucking lunch out of the fridge or something.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is what did I say? I said you took my lunch. Or something like that.
Oh my god. That's so dumb.
Yeah.
Not to mention we've seen her cut shitty promos before in NXT and shit. I mean, get the fuck out of here. She always says nobody's ready. You're not ready for Asuka or whatever. Whatever, man. Dumb. Speaking of dumb things, Sheamus and Cesaro lose to the primetime jobbers, man.
The number one contenders lose to Titus Worldwide. Like you said,
what are we calling these guys officially?
The primetime jobbers, I'd say.
Primetime jobbers or
the Smiling Crew?
The new primetime players. I like the primetime jobbers, I think.
I like the primetime jobbers. It has a much better ring to it.
Oh my god, what is going on? Dude, they've taken Uha Nation and made him Darren Young minus the stretched out beehole at this point. You know?
I was
God
waiting for the
damn.
gay joke.
Yeah, I get it. It's a gay joke.
Oh, fucking hell.
Also, no revival on this show still. These guys, he's back, dude. They have one match on Raw. They've been gone for weeks now. On main event and shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess they don't care about him, really.
I just don't. Yeah.
Like, what else can it be? If they just don't like him, I don't know.
I don't know, something somewhere. But yeah, Titus pins Sheamus off the distraction. Why couldn't you at least, if you're going to do this stupid shit, at least have Cruz do it, man? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know.
But I will say, I am really excited now for the Sheamus and Cesaro rematch against Jordan and Rollins, huh? The fuck is that? How do you lose to like a joke team and then have this? They're gonna have a rematch for this fucking belt, or I don't know.
It's you know what to me
Lesnar
that
and
is.
Heyman, how about this?
To me, that's a big bag of I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Fuck them.
Yeah, pretty fucking shitty. Lesnar and Heyman, don't care really. Do you care about any of this?
Like you talking about the promo?
Yeah.
The promo.
Well, the promo was whatever, but dude, Braun Strowman pulls a set down on top of them backstage.
What's going on?
with a fucking grappling hook. It needs another one, I think. What the fuck is going on, dude?
Good gracious, Robin! What was that over there? That was a big hairy man, Batman, pulling down the sky.
You just find a grappling hook back there, you know?
I think the Penguin was spotted with the big blonde guy. Bane without a mask, I think. Paul Heyman does look like the Penguin, though, doesn't he?
Oh, this was really dumb.
It was.
Just dumb WWE bullshit.
Why is there a grappling hook backstage? Is there any use for it? He also ripped down a lighting fixture that was not hooked onto anything. There was no lights, no nothing, just bars. Why was that there? Why?
Yeah. And the crowd is supposed to believe that this is happening real time backstage.
Yeah, yeah. They can't hear it, though, really, only through speakers.
No. I don't know. Really bad. They'll be back next week for the go home show
Of
for
course.
Royal.
Of course.
Yeah. Samoa Joe hurts himself squashing Rhino.
His post match, he used the word Pyrrhic. That should be our word for today, or whatever it is. Pyrrhic, or whatever. I can't pronounce it. Fuck it. It's the word of the day, though.
I was going to be the word of the day if you can't pronounce it.
Pyrrhic.
The word of the day is pit. Oh my god. But yeah, his promo was good too. He's like talking about how he didn't lose last week. Like,
Yeah, how
he did.
Roman's win was a Pyrrhic victory.
Yeah.
And it means that you lost more than you gained.
But no, you didn't. That's
Well,
stupid.
no, he means that Samoa Joe beat the fuck out of him. And so, therefore, he's less than what he used to be. Because in defending his Intercontinental title, Samoa Joe just about killed him.
Yeah. Socrates, he is not. Callis and Anderson with Valor. Such a new united group. They come out with separate entrances. That's awesome. I'm surprised they didn't have shirts. I bet next week they have shirts.
Probably. We're also, we skipped over the fact that Nia Jax attacked Asuka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have that in my notes, but I have no recollection of that happening.
No, fair enough.
Not
Asuka
really.
came out for a match, and Nia Jax came and slew-footed her.
Oh, that's
She
right.
fucking Pearl Harbored the Pearl Harborer.
That's so isn't it? I don't know what you call. I mean, you call it a Pearl Harbor when it's against a Japanese person still?
You call it, what do you, Hiroshima?
Jeez. All right.
What? Where is it?
That's insensitive.
I've got so many now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the often imitated but never duplicated. There is only one Balor Club, dude.
Yeah, sure. But now you do have the 2 founding members of Bullet Club.
That's true.
So you can't really argue with them for that one.
Take on Rollins, Reigns, and Jordan. I was really hoping that Jordan would come out in the full Shield garb here. Wouldn't that have been awesome?
The crowd would have murdered him.
Yeah, it would have been awesome.
But he is going back to that dickish bit, though. Hey, it seemed like he was going face for a bit, and now he's going back to being a prick.
Yeah, I love that he's like. I think you could go so far with him trying to be in the Shield. Even once Ambrose comes back, I think you get those 3 somewhere, and then just out of nowhere, Jordan pops up behind him, like, yeah,
You know where
they
I
don't
think...
fuck him up, because they're just kind of like, I don't know, they're just more like confused by him than anything.
I don't see Jordan being with them for very much longer. I see Jordan being with them for maybe a month or 2. I see Jordan actually being the catalyst for how Roman Reigns loses the title. The IC title.
Oh, that could definitely be.
Yeah, and then they'll go from there.
Yeah, Jordan basically cost them the match here. For once, I was like, wow, they actually booked something the right way.
Yeah,
I had to take a note. I was like, that's good.
It was kudos to WWE on that one. If we give them something.
It was funny, like a week after Wrestle Kingdom, how many references there were to Japan on this show.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of guys who wrestled in Japan. That's all it seemed like.
But I mean, that's what their club is. Their club is just a bunch of guys that they sit around, they talk about their time in Japan, right?
Yeah.
So
Post-match, Miz and the Miztourage take everyone out and then beat down Reigns. They give him a Shield powerbomb, skull-crushing finale.
Did Curtis Axel still have his shoes?
I don't know why.
Well, because he was trying to give them to Miz as a present.
Those gifts were great, man. I have to admit, it's dumb, but I did chuckle at Bolek's watch.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was clever.
Yeah. I was like, it was kind of one of those, like, he said it, and I was like, judges? And I was like, ding, ding, ding. Yeah, we're going to give it to you. We're going to give it to you. Even though you got your hair all, like, fucking out and weird bitch hair going on.
He looked just like Bray Wyatt, man. He just looked like Bray Wyatt's little brother.
Yeah. Exactly. He is who we thought he was.
Oh, fuck.
That was Raw in Memphis.
That was Raw in Memphis. It was
our tour of the South. It ain't over yet, man. Next, let's take a look back at SmackDown Live. SmackDown Live, Birmingham, Alabama. This is a shitty crowd.
Yeah, this whole Southern crowd was not a good crowd at all for this whole week.
I expect that this place was they had like full-on camera trickery on this show, so.
Yeah. Probably wasn't very well sold.
Why can't I see pictures? Do people not take pictures and post them anymore? I search for them and I can't find them.
I don't know. At some point in time, we won't be able to bring cameras into these places.
Yeah, probably right. You won't be able to bring your phone?
Well, like, there's already, I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast there last week or this week or something. He was talking about at his shows, he has this thing where, like, a company comes and they put your phone in a locked bag and they keep it. And if you...
I've heard that.
Yeah, so, like, you can get your phone. If you need to use your phone, you can leave and get your bag. But, like, it's out of the arena, right? It's out of the theater.
I like it.
I do too. I'm a big fan of that. There's nothing worse, man, than having some jackass on the phone, or if it's dark, having it lit up. It makes no sense.
At a concert's a different thing.
Right? I agree.
But at a comedy show, there's nothing there that you need a phone for.
No, exactly. Especially like recording a comedy sketch, that's so looked down upon.
Yeah, that's shitty. SmackDown Live, dude. This is the same thing with Owens and Jericho all over again, right?
I would
They did
imagine.
2-on-1 matches and everything fucking last year.
Well, like, I would imagine it leads to the same place as well.
Yeah. You notice that AJ Styles now has a fucking pyro sound in his song?
Does he really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that because there's obviously no pyro.
Kane's music has that pyro too.
Wow. Huh. Jesus.
Put the sound of it in there.
That's madness.
Well, yeah, it opens with Renee and Styles sitting in chairs in the ring. What an exciting start to the show.
Right?
What are you doing? Pre-tape this. Put it in the middle of the show somewhere. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? Honestly, that's how you start your show. Great. Off to a great start.
Yeah, it's not ideal. That is for sure. But at least it's with Renee Young, who is good at doing things like this. And
Yeah.
Styles isn't a slouch at it either. So it could have been worse. It could have been better. But it was meh.
I'm enjoying Sami Zayn a lot here, saying yep all the time. I want to see these guys as co-champs. I really do.
It would be funny. It would, but it's not going to happen, obviously.
Well, no, but I would enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, having those guys just prance around with, like, 2 title belts or something. Or, obviously, Kevin Owens would hold it, and Sammy would always say he's co-champ. Right? That's obviously how it would go.
Yeah. Shane sets up Owens and Zayn versus Styles, Nakamura, and Orton. I thought Orton was fucking off. Didn't we hear that?
That he's leaving?
Yeah, that he's like leaving for a while.
Well, like, I would imagine he'll leave for a while after Mania.
Good. Get the fuck out of here. Both shows open with women's wrestling. At least this show actually had some who can work.
Exactly. We had Becky Lynch and Ruby Riott, which is okay, cool.
Yeah, back to the steampunk thing, by the way. So, remember it was gone for a week? It's back.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted to see if Vince or Kevin Dunn, one of the guys, didn't like what they seen in Becky Lynch without the get up.
Yeah, Lynch wins by submission with a disarmor. So you already beat Ruby Riott, I guess. So
Yeah, she's
okay.
What else do you do now?
Yeah. Ascension versus the Bludgeon Brothers again. Well, maybe this wasn't again. Post-match beatdown on the Ascension. I can't, I'm so surprised they still have those guys as the longest reigning NXT tag team champions. And the fact that they'll just bring that up before these guys get completely destroyed.
Yeah, it makes NXT just look like a
These
joke.
guys are the longest reign. It's like when you see Bo Dallas. Oh, he's a former fucking NXT champion.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like, what?
And watch him get beaten a minute flat by somebody.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
After the match, the Ascension tried to beat up the Bludgeon Brothers. That goes horribly wrong.
Yeah, it does. Mojo defeats Ryder, and Rude is just sitting at ringside. He's not on commentary. He's just sitting there.
Yeah, how awkward is that? Mojo's music still sucks.
Yeah. Afterward, Rude gets in the ring. They look at each other and smile. And then Mojo gets out and Rude's music plays.
Yeah.
What sense does that make? I don't understand.
I don't know either. There's no logic to it other than we like this glorious song and we're not going to see Bobby Roode for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
So we need to play it.
Here's the part where you get to say glorious.
Yeah, exactly.
If you still want to, even though we know you don't really want to anymore.
Yeah. Mojo actually also looked like a jacked up Thurman plug, in my opinion.
Yeah. Why does this guy not have heel gear yet?
Right?
He's still wearing yellow and shit.
Gross.
Yeah. I thought he actually did a pretty good job of working heel in this match, working like very savage.
I agree. I was into it. He just doesn't look the part.
Yeah. Transgender with the sings. Get the fuck out of here.
No, wait. No, there's more to this. Jinder says he was champ for 185 days. How long do you think he's right?
No.
No. He was actually champ for 170 days. 171 if you count the day he lost.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Useful tidbit of information.
Yeah. Gable and Benjamin are out doing generic sports insults. So that's fun. And yeah, they say, what do you want us to do? Beat the Usos twice in one night. And then Brian sets up a 2 out of 3 falls match. So he's going against the heels here. How does that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are they going to go for like he's unstable or he's gone crazy?
No, I don't think so. I think they're because they're coyly going around this in a way where Shane McMahon, is looking like the asshole. He's more heelish than Brian is. I think Brian is doing this. I can't remember where I heard this, but it makes sense. Brian is putting Kevin Owens and and Sammy in all these predicaments because he knows that at the end they're not going to be able to do it because they're too egocentric, and it's just going to blow up in their face, and he'll have Shane looking like the dummy. That's where I think this is going to go.
Yeah, I do. That could be. 2 out of 3 falls. Do you care about that at Royal Rumble? I wonder if it'll get to the third fall.
I don't think it will. I really don't.
Yeah. Really? I think it will. They always do.
I with time constraints, I don't know, man. They might not. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see.
Styles and Orton are backstage, and then Naka comes in and scopes the belt.
Yeah.
Give it to us. Give us Styles and fucking Nakamura at WrestleMania.
That was a hint to they're going to do something, right? Because that's Nakamura basically saying like I'm coming for that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. We all want to see that. Dude, Fandango.
A repeat of Raw, you mean?
That's
exactly
Breezango.
Beating Rusev in English.
Yeah, Fandango. Yeah, Fandango pins Rusev, no less.
It's like the most over tag team you got on this brand right now. Like like organically over, and you have them lose, just like you had your number one contenders lose on Raw. It's like madness.
You have them lose to the biggest joke on the show.
Yeah,
on both shows, honestly.
Basically, the Breezango, that's all they are, is a joke.
And again, if you're going to do that, pin English, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope, pin Rusev.
With a schoolboy, nonetheless.
I don't know.
It was even like the same length of a match too. They were even like 5-6 minutes long.
Yeah,
carbon copies of each other. And
this main event, dude, is just all of the fucking extra booking in the world.
Yeah. Sammy and Owen, they try to leave. Shane meets him at the ramp, says it's a no count. It's a Scream TNA. It's like, no countouts now. Comes back, says, no, it's no DQ now. It's like, what? And like the fact that they keep on restarting the match too. It's like, no, continue the match as a no countout. Don't restart the match.
Yeah. And Orton gets the pin. Why not Nakamura again? Why not the right guy?
Right? And Orton also clears the announce table and gives Sammy a backdrop directly on a monitor. He cleared the announce table, except for the monitors.
Yeah, and dude, he didn't even go through that. He bounced off that table.
Yeah. I bet that fucking
Orton always seems to beat the shit out of him.
Orton seems to beat the shit out of anybody that's smaller than him.
Oh, that's true, too. He is a cunt.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, you cunt! What a cunt!
Well, there it is. That was SmackDown. I like the Royal Rumble, so I'm looking forward to that. But the rest of this, I don't know.
It seems like right now they're booking for the Mixed Match Classic or whatever the fuck it's called. After that starts, they're going to be booking for Raw 25. Then the next week's Royal Rumble. It's almost as if it's just like they're going to buy the Royal Rumble. Fuck it. Right? It's what it seems like.
Oh, they did announce what Miz and Roman Reigns at the 25th Raw.
Yeah.
25th anniversary of Raw. So that's exciting, huh?
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Work rate match of the year.
Oh, no, man. What else do we have? The best of the rest this week?
Yeah, we had NXT, which there's a part of me that feels like you want to debate something about this.
I don't recall.
Yo,
But
I
I
told
guess.
you weren't going to remember, you son of a bitch. I
It
said
was about
that.
NXT.
It was about MMA get-ups in NXT.
Oh, the MMA fetish, dude.
Yes, the MMA fetish.
Yeah, got up because Shane Baszler had a match.
Yes, and that's what I figured it was
So
all about. Now, you notoriously hate Shayna Baszler.
I do.
I thought
do.
the match looked good. I thought she looked like a good heel, and I thought that it went over well. But I'm okay with her doing an MMA gimmick because she's an MMA fighter. That came from
Yeah,
the
but
UFC.
it's just a general thing now. It's like from Brock Lesnar to her to, oh man, Ronda Rousey, if they go that way, what Impact is doing, making their whole roster look dumb to MMA guys.
That's gone now. That's done. They
Well,
changed that. The round system is gone.
no, I just mean like the whole thing with the American Top Team.
Yes. Yeah. But should Impact really count?
Well, no, but it's just in general. There's this like MMA thing. It's like if I wanted to watch MMA, I would do it, dude. There's UFC on all the time. I can watch that shit if I want to watch MMA. I want to watch pro wrestling, so I don't care. Like you could have this chick come out and put people in like fucking subs and shit. Like I don't care, dude.
But now, like submission wrestling, that's been a part of wrestling for years, for centuries, right? So
Yeah, I know, but
you're
it
going
just
to
seems
have
like
submission wrestling in wrestling.
No, I'm fine with that.
Like I think what you have more of a problem with is just the MMA character in general, not the wrestling style. I would imagine.
It's
But
just like an admission that MMA is cooler and more
I get
legit
that.
wrestling.
I get that for sure. They do seem to put these MMA guys on a higher pedestal.
Yeah.
Whereas like these guys will really kick your ass because they're MMA guys and not wrestlers.
Right. That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my point at the end of the day.
I get you there.
And that's the problem with it. You know, it's like, how do you bring, you can't, I always said with Ronda Rousey, people are like, oh, they want to bring her in. How do you do it? How do you bring in this woman who legit kicks the fuck out of the best women her size?
How
do you make her have a wrestling match? It doesn't make sense.
Well, you can have her decisively kick the shit out of everybody is really what you do.
That's what they're going to do.
Yeah. It's definitely what they're going to do, but they're going to make a lot of money on it, so they should do it.
Yeah, it's whatever. She beats Dakota Kai.
Which, the selling of that arm, they made that look like a fucking horrible deal.
Yeah.
Where she smashed the elbow.
That's pretty good.
Battle of the Chubbies.
Yeah, Ember Moon comes out, and I mean, it was whatever, dude. What else we have on this show?
Battle
we
of
have
the
an interview
Chubbies.
with her. What do you mean, Battle of the Chubbies?
Ono versus Mendoza. Ono's a chubby dude, and Mendoza's
I
a short
fucking
chubby
like
dude.
Mendoza.
I do too.
Yeah.
Two chubby looking dudes.
He is tiny, though, isn't he?
Yeah, and stout.
You know,
He's a little
dude's
stout.
small when he goes off the ropes and he bounces off the middle rope.
Yeah, the Rey Mysterio special.
Yeah, exactly. He's a tiny little man. But what is he going to be as Raul Mendoza? Put a mask on him.
Yeah, I picture every Latino character in every movie that was a little bit dumb. You know what I mean?
We have a Gargano interview. Velveteen Dream comes in. I like Velveteen Dream at this point. I'm just gonna say it.
I do too. I don't like Gargano's tan. He's a little too tan for me, if you ask me.
Yeah. I guess I didn't notice that, but I wouldn't doubt it. Fuck the Street Profits backstage yelling at the camera.
Yeah, yelling at everybody.
Are these guys supposed to be faces
I think so.
to black people, or are they supposed to be heels to racist white people, or both?
I'm not black, so I can't answer the question on whether or not they're supposed to be faces to black people, because I don't know. I'm not a racist white person, so I can't answer another question. All I can tell you is that they're not for me. Not for
They
me.
fucking suck, dude.
Yeah.
But they find Regal, who's in some weird cinder block room with just like a table and bottles of water on it. Like,
Should have
what
had
is
a
this
picture of
room?
the Queen.
Like, what is he doing? Is this his office? Where's his desk? Where's his chair? Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
And they come in
Picture-
and yell at him very loudly.
Yeah, like young hip folks. I guess that's how the kids talk these days. They yell really loud.
I don't know, dude. But they'll be going in. They'll have a number one contenders match against AOP next week. Huh?
It's going to be a lovely match, I tell you.
Yeah.
Another.
From here, we find I guess Leo Rush wasn't ready for Lars Sullivan.
No.
Do you think that's a coincidence or what?
No. Or no.
It's like his second match, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna make you look like a bitch." And this big fucking dude's gonna throw your ass around.
Yeah, and then he's going to have a long sentence afterwards.
Oh, dude, whoever set up that Lars Sullivan entrance thing where he's all backlit,
They deserve a raise.
that looks fucking great, man.
Yeah, that is great.
You could see the hair on him. He looks like fucking the silhouette of Moss Man or something.
There's a cover of The Incredible Hulk that I think of when I see it. And
Yeah.
man, it's just the silhouette of Hulk, and this looks the exact same thing, and it's amazing.
Looks good. Looks fucking good. And you do all this shit to make him look badass, and then what do you do at the end? He cuts a fucking promo.
With a lisp.
Oh, it sucks so bad. What are you doing? He's gonna have a match with Dane though, so that's kind of cool.
That should be a good match.
Yeah. Him and Killian Dane could be really good.
Yeah.
But dude, what are you doing having him talk?
Yeah, no, that needs to go. They tried doing the. You see how they've evolved him too. They had him as the guy that spoke big words,
Yeah.
and then the only person in the world that liked that was me. So that didn't go over well. And then to this where he's just a guy that he's just a well-spoken dude afterwards. It's like, no, man, I like my monsters to be rough.
Yeah.
Like, if he's going to cut a promo,
exactly.
he needs to scream like 6 or 7 words and throw the mic and storm out.
Yeah, for sure. He fucks Rush up, gives him a avalanche freak accident.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Rush sold his fucking little body off, though. He sold it better than that ladder spot, that's for sure.
Ladder spot through a table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't no selling fucking Lars Sullivan.
Backstage, Undisputed Era leaves Sanity laying. Just a little thing, you know, they go like, whoa, we hear something's happening backstage, and a camera comes around the corner to catch what's happening. Little things, dude.
Yeah,
Little
they
things.
barely catch what's happening,
Yeah.
right? So
They don't do like, oh, the camera's just there because, I don't know.
Jim, they can learn a lot from like horror movies. One of the greatest things about a horror movie is when they can make you feel emotion by not having you see it.
Yeah.
You see the reaction of somebody else's face, or you look at trees, you know, or shadows, or just noises. It's creepier than actually seeing it because your mind can imagine the horrible things they've done. So this, I think it plays on people's emotions better. It plays on people's just their overall excitement. It's just like, what happened here?
Yeah. Well, then we get the Undisputed Era, who's in the ring. I enjoyed what they did with Nikki Cross here. She's just crazily trying to get to them.
Yeah, I like that too. That was good. That's another little thing. The one female of the group they didn't touch, and she's come back to get them.
I like her, man. I think she's great as like the crazy, you know.
Dude, only crazy can play crazy that well.
I feel like everyone feels like they've dated that girl at some point, right?
Everybody
Just
has.
Really crazy and drunk and like fucking trying to fight people and getting thrown out of the bar.
Yeah. No, I've dated her. I dated a bipolar chick once. It was fun.
And then we have the match we discussed. The strong and black fucking match. Afterward, Regal is out and he makes it an Extreme Rules match between Black and Cole in Philly. So that makes sense. That's good. In Philly, it's a hardcore match.
Yep. Yeah, and it's a match that deserves it because Undisputed Era have proven that they won't stick to the rules. So how about having no rules?
Yeah. Should be pretty good. Looking forward to that show. What else we got? Ring of Honor, I don't know.
I
Ring of Honor this week.
only watched Flip Gordon and Marty Skrull.
I'll blast through it for you. Dalton Castle's out with the boys. Lethal is his next opponent. I love Lethal a lot, but just like going right back to Lethal.
Yeah, and well, even at the end of the show with Marty Skrull's promo, he proves a good point where where's his shot? He's never had one.
Right. There's little things in here that were great. Castle's like, take a seat. So Castle sits down on one of the boys. The other boy gets down in front of Lethal. Like Lethal wipes him off with a towel and then sits on him for a minute before he decides he can't. It was fucking great. So Lethal says he wants a shot, then he leaves, and Punishment Martinez shows up to leave Castle laying, then poses with a belt over top of Castle. Punishment Martinez.
Baron Corbin.
But better, like everything they wish Baron Corbin was.
Yes, yeah. I like.
Just get rid of him and sign this guy.
A couple weeks ago, I watched ROH, and he's just stood on the fucking apron, like everybody else is holding on to the ropes, and he's just got his arms by the side. He's just standing there looking into the ring. It's like, man, you're creepy looking, bro.
Punishment Martinez does like fucking crazy over the top rope dives and shit. The guy's like 6'7".
Yeah, he's good on his feet, man. He is.
Yeah. They have a Kingdom little promo. These guys fucking suck, man. Honestly.
Yeah, the Kingdom's really gone downhill without Mike Bennett and Maria. That's for sure.
They have axes and shit, and they're doing the 4 Horsemen hand sign. If anybody knows what's going on with that,
Kingdom's always done that because I don't know why. Actually,
because the 4 Horsemen did it. There's only 3 of them, by the way. Also,
there's always before it was just Mike, Maria, and Taven, and they still did.
Make a K with your fingers. You can do that. I'm doing it right now. You can make a K with your fingers. Do that. Why are you doing the 4?
I'm picturing
it's the 4
Jim
Horsemen
making
thing.
a K.
Cocksuckers. Simon Grimm comes out with a mask on that he wears just for his entrance. It's whatever. He loses to Silas Young in a TV championship match. I still say I like the idea of a TV championship match that's defended on the show every week.
Yeah, I agree. But it would be nice
stuff.
if there was better matches.
Yeah, I don't hate Grimm. I actually don't. Like, I don't mind this guy so far.
I know exactly where you're coming from, but there's nothing about a Silas Young Simon Grimm match that says, "Well, I want to watch that."
Well, I understand that. Kenny King comes out, so they're kind of pairing off Kenny King with Silas. So continuing there.
That's who he won the title off of, wasn't it? In that 4-way?
Yeah, in a 4-way. Briscoes destroy some jobbers. They just work these fucking kids over.
Just kill them. I've
Pretty
seen
good
the
shit.
tail end of that.
Yeah, and then they are going after the machine guns and the titles, so I'll take machine guns and Briscoes. That's cool.
That'll be a great match, man. Great match.
And there's a little thing where I guess Bruiser's breaking off from Silas to go after the tag team belts, and he's got a tag team partner in mind. I have no idea who it'll be, but
who in the fuck would tag with Beer City Bruiser? You know what I mean? Like, who do you get to tag with that guy?
It's a fair question, right?
Silas Young is the only one that's made sense so far.
Yeah. I don't know, unless you put him with that fat black dude. Was that Keith Lee? Shane Taylor?
Yeah, they ran Keith Lee out of ROH. It didn't work out very well for him.
Okay, there you go. Taylor and him could be a cool tag team.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
2 big guys.
But I mean, Taylor seems, I don't know, he almost got to be ugly as fuck because like Beer City Bruiser doesn't have a teeth, man. Like he's got one puffy nipple and one hard nipple. He's got the worst tattoos known to man, and he's bald and fat. Jim.
Yeah.
He's fat.
The fat asses.
So like, come on.
Yeah. What was this other wrestling show that you watched?
Oh,
Tell us about
Defiant
that.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I turn on this show called Defiant because I seen the main event would be Travis Banks and Austin Aries. I was like, oh, okay, well, that might be a top 3 match. I've heard Travis Banks is pretty good.
Should I know who he is? Because I don't.
Travis Banks? I didn't know. I just know that I've seen a lot of people talk about Travis Banks over across the pond, right? Over where Killian Dane's from, Scotland. And
Uh-huh.
And so I decided to watch this Defiant show, and it started off, and I'm rude awakened right away. Defiant Wrestling is actually What Culture. It's just not called What Culture now.
Yeah,
And
right.
the crowd, there's like 30 people there, and they start with this Jern Simmons, who comes out with this guy named Pastor William Ever. He seems like he could be pretty cool. He's like a Charles Manson type guy. He's a manager. That's the only good thing about this. Then Mike Bailey, Speedball Mike Bailey, winner of the What Culture Pro Wrestling World Cup or whatever it was. No, he didn't win, did he?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He might have.
But he's over there now anyways. He cut the worst fucking promo ever. Like,
Is he not your countryman?
Yes, he is, and I'm embarrassed to say he's my countryman because
He's also the other white meat babyface.
the other white meat babyface who also doesn't wear fucking shoes in his matches, and it makes it look stupid, especially when your fucking main offense is kicks. What makes a kick hard? Your fucking boot, not your toe, you son of a bitch. Like, seriously, what about a fucking kick to the face with your toes hurts? Not so much as a fucking boot. Man,
Toss up.
Yeah,
more twink looking dude. Him or Finn Balor?
Oh, him for sure. Finn Balor, you can tell that, okay, you know what? I bet you he can fuck any girl he wants, right?
He makes Finn Balor look like a lumberjack.
Dude, he does, though. Like, Mike Bailey, I'm sure that if he goes and hits on a girl, she thinks that, like, his older sister might show up because he's looking for him. Younger brother ran away to the bar. But anyways, I didn't finish the match because it sucked. And then the Mike Bailey match against this guy named Drake. And then I skipped another match because it looked like it sucked. And I skipped another match because it looked like it sucked. And then this is still only 45 minutes into an hour show. And then Travis Banks and Austin Aries starts. And there was no crowd noise. It was like they were wrestling in front of crickets. And it just took me out of it. And the match suffered from it, I guess. But it wasn't that great of a match anyways. So fuck Defiant, Pro. I'm never watching you again either. Impact and Defiant, you're on the list.
Who's the champion over there? Aries?
Austin Aries.
Yeah.
Stu Bennett's the commissioner, only he wasn't there this week. So Joe Coffey was the commissioner.
Is that a spoil, or is that like everywhere already? You know, the shit that happened at the tapings.
Well, for Impact?
With Impact. Yeah.
Oh, Austin, that's everywhere. Even Impact released it on their website and their Twitter.
Oh, great. Well, then we're not spoiling it.
No.
He wins it, I guess, reportedly in like a minute.
He was in his street clothes, Jim.
Yeah, and he won in a minute.
Yeah.
That's great. This guy had a cup of coffee in the E, so champion of everything.
Yeah, he was TNA World Champion before he left.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about Impact Wrestling this week.
Do it.
They had their regular show. They had a one-night only show, both, and I watched them.
You're crazy.
So, their regular show, I guess, first off, I guess Ishimori won the belt recently.
Oh, the X Division title?
Yeah, he is the current X Division champion. They were showing flashbacks to this. LAX are the tag champions. I think they've had those for a while.
But yeah, between OVE and LAX for a bit, I think.
They show the end of James Storm. The MMA dudes, he was out talking shit. The MMA dude smashed a bottle over his head, and he's done now.
I'm shocked the MMA dudes are still there, except for that one guy that's a really good talker.
Yeah, Ad Lambert.
Yes.
Dan Lambert.
Dan Lambert, yeah. He's a great talker.
But really, I don't think his career is over. He's already got indie dates. I mean, they don't want to pay him anymore.
Well, yeah. He's gone from Impact. And you know what? What else can he do there? They need fresh faces. Keeping James Storm, just to remind you, it's Impact.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm with it. I wouldn't pay that guy what he's asking or what he's been getting paid. So that's actually a good decision on their part.
I agree.
He's probably really wishing he wouldn't have fucking jerked around in NXT.
Yeah.
I hope that he gets a chance there again.
I hope he doesn't, because I don't want to see him. He's boring.
Do you know this guy? His name is KM.
Yes. I do.
He's Kilometer. That's his name.
Yeah. I know him from a shoot interview It's called Developmentally Speaking, and it was Kurt Hawkins. He hosted it, and it was all about working in WWE developmental. So it was Kurt Hawkins, KM, who is notorious for being just a shit wrestler. Even himself calls himself a shit wrestler. It was him, Kenny Omega, and Sami Callihan, and it was the greatest interview I've ever watched in my life.
Really?
KM is very, very funny. I fucking die. That's the only thing he's good at. Wrestling, he sucks.
I was going to say, there was nothing here that made me think this guy was anything.
Oh, and he's not. He'll even say it on all of his interviews that he's a horrible wrestler.
Yeah. He looks like a default wrestler, you know?
Yeah, basically. Just the default big guy.
Yeah. They're cutting promos. Moose comes out. They brawl. Eddie Edwards is out for a save. So that's coming up. But yeah, really fucking not much to this. E3 does an open challenge. Beats Petey Williams, which is everything they did in the Canada tapings, right? Just Petey Williams getting his ass beat down.
They just kill Petey Williams following.
Yeah, Seidel attacks EC3 for a DQ in round 3 of a grand championship match. Spoiler alert, Seidel actually wins that belt at some point, I guess. Do you know who Casey Spinelli is? This girl? I don't know.
I've heard the name before. Is she any relation to what's his nuts that killed himself with an overdose?
I don't think so. Spicoli?
Spicoli, yes.
No.
Yeah.
No. And the funny thing, too, that EC3 Petey Williams, that was 17 minutes into the show. That's with the commercials cut out, 17 minutes. This Casey Spinelli thing with Laura Van Ness, 40 minutes into the show with the commercials cut out.
Wow.
40 minutes of actual showtime is the second match. Between there was like this long James Storm flashback against Angle. Because every week they have like, it's a classic moment advertising their thing. But it's like the whole fucking match. It's like 20 minutes.
Well, they used to, when I was writing for Steel Chair Magazine, I was doing the Impact review, which is probably why I don't watch it no more. I was forced to watch it for too long. They used to do, they would do like 5 minutes of a match from the week before to set up this week's match.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, they used to do the same thing. It's just they didn't have the Global Wrestling Network to promote, so they just did other stuff.
Yeah. Drake's out for a promo. Del Rio comes out. Then Morrison. The high point of this is Morrison calling them turd cutters. This was legitimately on their show.
So he called Alberto Del Rio a turd cutter?
Yeah, Del Rio and Drake, turd cutters.
Who's Drake?
Eli Drake?
Oh, the champion. Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I thought it was like a Mexican joke. Because,
Oh. Ohio versus everything. Destroy LAX's little hangout in a good segment. Later on, LAX show up and discover it in a less good segment. Oh, dude. 6-man X Division tag match. Trevor Lee, Caleb Conley, and Hakeem Zayn taking on Sanjay Dutt, the one-armed man, and Desmond Xavier. Who do you think starts the match?
Hector Garza, obviously, because he's the one-armed man. He's still, they let him work all these tapings with one arm. They really did.
Yeah. He literally starts the match, dude.
This was Bound for Glory, right? That's when he the first time we seen him with a hurt arm was the biggest show of the pay-per-view, or of the year.
Yeah.
And they taped him wrestling matches for 2018. Wow.
Yeah. And it's not like, it's kind of hurt. He can't
move
do some shit. It's like, it's just dead. It hangs there up against his body. Like, it's the most worthless thing ever. Why is he even in there? Have him come out and then just don't tag him in. What the fuck are you doing?
Or just say, hey, we need to get a body. Get me somebody else.
Yeah, it ends when Xavier pins. I don't even know who. I don't care. Someone. Ishimori comes out, holds up the belt in his face. So you're going to get a Desmond Xavier and Ishimori match.
You sure next week's not a Hector Garza and Ishimori match, are you? You sure?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and then in the end, you had Bobby Lashley and Kilometer taking on. They defeat Eddie Edwards and Moose.
A little bit longer than a Miles.
Yeah. A little longer or shorter.
Oh, that's true too. Fuck. Well, there it
it's
goes
short.
having a short guy partner named Miles.
Kilometer and miles. You get it?
Units of measure.
Yeah. Lambert distracts Edwards. Edwards gets pinned. The story never ends, dude. Impact never wins.
Didn't they even lose the like a couple of years ago? They had a Global Force invasion. I think they lost that too.
So that was their week. That was their weekly show.
Oh, that was just. I'm so glad. I almost watched that too. To think.
But
I
wait.
almost watched that.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, man.
One night only, dude.
Which was probably taped about 8 months ago, because that's how they do
October.
those things. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was taped from 3 different locations. But yeah, it starts off. We're in Oklahoma. Okay.
What company?
We get. Oh, god damn. He would ask.
Yeah, yes, I would.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I got some music for you.
All right, I'm ready. Get that shit out of here.
You pay money for that shit.
IWR.
Never. Oh, fair enough.
Imperial Wrestling Revolution.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
And the other matches were in Border City Wrestling. So, the first match, DJ Z and Trevor Lee take on El Fuego and a dude called Malico. Have you ever heard of this guy?
I believe El Fuego is in the Fantastica Mania this next weekend.
What is that?
That's the CMLL New Japan show.
No, that's Fuego, not El Fuego.
Okay.
El Fuego is a totally fucking just some little white kid, probably from Oklahoma. I imagine he was local. But this Malico guy is local, and he's kind of like if George Clinton and Captain Spaulding fucked and had a child.
Captain Spaulding?
Yeah.
That's an ugly dude. How long's a piece of string? Too goddamn long. That's how long it is. Ha ha ha.
I mean, maybe while I go on here, you should look it up. You should look up a picture of this guy.
Oh, okay. So, I needs a name. I didn't care for the name to listen.
Malico, Malico, Malico.
I see Malico Inc., which is a thermal heat sink and custom off-the-shelf prototype of the product.
This guy's like a local Oklahoma guy, so that's the weird thing. He gets the win in this match, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
This is a 4-way. Take that back. This was not a tag match. This is a 4-way, and this guy wins.
Does he look like Kazarni?
Kinda. Yeah, he's like a clown.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got him.
And he's got some kind of a manslave with him.
That's weird.
Yeah. Quite. But, dude, it gets weirder. This show is so fucking weird.
Oh, you were talking about, the fucking jazz musician George Clinton.
Yeah.
I was thinking, George Clinton, the president. Now I understand your reference, sir.
George Clinton. What?
Fucking
Or you got,
on.
George Bush. Or did you mix George Bush and Bill Clinton? Remember that?
Yes, that's exactly what I did.
You know the president, George Clinton.
Yeah, I'm Canadian,
He's a funk.
so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and George Clinton is a funk musician, not a jazz musician.
Whatever.
I'm not trying to correct you. I'm just trying to save you. Because, all the people who are picking up their phones to complain on Twitter to you, now they can't because we fixed it.
I don't know. My phone's vibrating now. It might be one of them.
Yeah, it could be. So, Border City Wrestling in Canada. Do you know who Phil Atlas or Brent Banks are?
No, not a clue.
They are the Border City Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They have a non-title match against the Impact Champions, OVE.
I bet you. Let me guess. The Canadians win.
No, surprisingly.
Oh.
But OVE take the win. But they actually have a really good crowd at this show, dude. There's a lot of people watching this wrestling in Well, Windsor, I think, is where this is at.
Border City Wrestling and Smash Wrestling usually do pretty good for themselves. Border City Wrestling, if I'm not mistaken, is Scott D'Amore's place.
Yeah.
And he's
I don't know about that.
now.
Gail Kim, who is now retired, she took on Rebel.
Who
I
sucks
watched about a minute of
dick.
it.
Rebel had the worst match of the year against somebody last year, like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Feels Shelly
Like
Martinez.
the kind of chick that you. She looks like the kind of chick that you would fuck in a tent at a biker rally.
Yeah. Yeah, like one of your friend's promiscuous mothers.
Kinda, right? Kim wins. Afterward, Rebel's crying in a shitty video about how it was an honor. It was her dream to wrestle her, and whatever.
Boo fucking.
And then, dude, the weirdness. Yeah, the weirdness hits a crescendo here. The Arrow Club.
Huh?
Yeah, the Arrow Club. And they got the one dude has like a Bullet Club ripoff shirt because he looks like he's Indian. I forget his name. Hold on, I will find it. I have it.
Should I cue music? You're just trying to get me to stall from using the Jeopardy music, aren't you?
No, I'm good. I got it. It's
You still don't have it.
it's Coyote.
Coyote.
KY-OTE.
Oh,
And his tag team partner.
like the animal, like Coyote.
Yeah. His tag team partner is Kid Cash. Yes, that Kid Cash.
Like I'm gonna beat your woman, Kid Cash.
Like WWE,
Yeah.
WCW, Kid Cash.
That was his gimmick in TNA. He used to beat women.
It's good gimmick if you can get it. They take on Ross and Marshall Von Erich, dude. Two Von Erichs.
Like, are these fake Von Erichs?
No, these are real Von Erichs.
Are you sure?
I know
there's a
because
lot
one of
of
them killed
people.
himself. Yeah, no, one of them killed himself halfway through. They're real Von Erichs.
What's their name?
Marshall and Ross. Yeah, but they are some tag team champions of somewhere. And Marshall is barefoot like his dad Kevin used to be. And yeah, it was pretty shitty. Yeah. But it was interesting to see the Von Erichs. I was like, what? Von Erichs? Okay.
Ross Von Erich's real
That was for the
name is David Michael Ross Adkison. Is that?
Yep, that's them.
Okay. Yeah, he's the son of Kevin Von Erich.
Yeah, what about Marshall?
Same thing. That's his brother.
Oh, so they're both his sons.
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
they've had a lot of tryouts and shit before with NXT, but they never seem to get signed.
Well, fair enough. I feel bad for doubting it now.
More Casey Spinelli. Ali defeats her.
They were trained
then-
at Noah by Mara Fuji and Harley Race.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Huh. And Kevin
Ali
Von Erich as well.
Yeah. Ali defeats Casey Spinelli. Then Ali and Rosemary defeat Sienna and Casey Spinelli. So, great.
Convoluted.
Yeah. Latin American Exchange. They defeat Brokeback Mountain, the tag team.
Like,
Guys-
legit?
They're called Young Guns. And then, like, two fucking twin cowboy guys.
Good.
Chad Chandler Hopkins and Cody Dixon. Sounds like fucking. Sounds gay.
I mean,
The
Dixon.
gay community.
Yeah, the gay community. The gay.
Yeah. There was so much trash in this. Mark Wheeler and Hakeem Zayn defeat John E. Bravo and A1.
Wow.
I just assume blow my brains out.
And Eli Drake defeats Montego Sika.
Decent.
And then Patron beats Lashley in a no DQ match. And then I did not watch 18 minutes for that no DQ match, by the way.
Wow.
This is a 3-hour show. Are these pay-per-views, dude?
Yeah. Yeah, they are, actually. For
Who the fuck would pay any money to watch that?
I think they probably get hundreds of buys.
Literally dozens of buys.
Well, I mean, Bound for Glory only gets like 5,000 buys, so this is not getting nowhere near that. They don't even do
What was-
that now. That was like the most they ever done, I believe, was 11,000.
Who the fuck paid money for this, man? And the Oklahoma shows have no hard cam. You know, it's just like filmed like shit. The Border City looked pretty good actually, but I don't know.
Nothing to write home about. I've seen some Border
No,
wrestling.
not at all.
Border City, it's decent.
Yeah. So
If you like to watch not well lit rooms and not great video and audio quality, some of the indies are for you.
most of them are for you.
Yeah, if you like good production value, you only got like 6 or 7 places you can go.
Yeah, WCWC's one. They have good production.
Yeah.
Really good production for an indie.
Well, I
But
I
that's
believe the stuff I've
all
seen
that.
from like AIW is decent too.
Yeah. Well, that is fucking that. Holy shit.
That's-
I watched a
that's-
lot of garbage.
That's all the wrestling.
I did it for all of you.
Yeah.
Speak of do it for all of them. What's coming up in the Federation?
Well, we dropped last week the Baywatch WCW crossover episode, which used Bash at the Beach 95 footage in their matches.
Oh, God.
There's that one
Great.
point in time where Vader has his mask on, then it's off, then it's on, then it's off again.
The same scene?
Yeah.
No way. Oh, my
Well, like
God.
they cut, like it was the same match, but they were cutting to different points of the match. They completely
Ugh.
fucked it up. So that was a fun 45 minutes. Talking about a girl getting cancer. A lot of cancer talk. Melanoma. Talk about melanoma a lot because in Baywatch, that episode, this chick gets melanoma. So you can imagine the jokes that went from there. And then our next
sounds hilarious.
our next episode will be WrestleMania 20, and that'll be concluding our wrap of 2004, and we'll be going to 1989 and reliving Sting and Flair.
Good. I'm glad you take you young fuckers can go back and watch this. How old are you in 1989?
2.
2.
Yeah.
I was 8 and probably watched that.
Yeah, I did not. We in Newfoundland, I don't recall there being a way to see WCW in Newfoundland. I didn't see WCW for the first time. Like I went a gap without seeing Hulk Hogan. Right, so it was like as a little kid, just like, where the fuck did Hulk Hogan go? And it's like I seen him at WrestleMania '93 or whatever, and then all of a sudden in 1996, I went camping out to this cabin, and yes, my town did not get this channel, but where I was camping did, and. Here was Nitro, and Hulk Hogan was there, and Macho Man, and all these guys. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then 2 years later, I figured out what it was. I watched it again. So, yeah.
There you go.
I was too young.
Check that shit out. mofudge.com and everywhere else podcasts are found. If you like this show, you should be listening to that shit too. As I mentioned, pay-per-view Take 2 coming up. By the time you hear this, it'll be up probably Monday or Tuesday. I suppose we could do some shout-outs to all of our friends at Wrestling Soup, of course, the Federation, Sat Pod, The Strap, Shooting the Shiznit. I think that's all of our peoples. On YouTube, you know. Rocked Reviews, Wrestling Shorts, who, as a reminder, Ash is coming to the show after Royal Rumble. I look forward to that.
Yes, I'm very looking forward to that. Should be fun.
Should do our
Enjoyed that guy.
Twitter shout-outs here or what?
Let's do it.
You can get yourself a shout-out at the show by retweeting our pinned tweet on Twitter and get it up. So, Spanish, An Unstable Podcast, Dickard Loser, Real One, JC Sterling, Steve Burnside, Arcane Arcade Show, Jay Orduna, I'm Going to Jackson, Burberry, The Federation, Don Phoney, AC Patty, Shooting the Shiznit, He's so divine, he's motherfucking Lawrence Lavine, Jumpin' Jeremy Foltz, Chris Savage, Wayne G, EMZT Radio Podcast, Chance, we've got Scotty from the Sat Pod, Jared, Caleb Morganfield, Well Kept and Unclean, Could Have Happened, Eddie the Axe, Dom Homie, and Mikey C. Redfield. We thank you very much. And we thank you.
Perfect. Hey, it worked out great.
And I think that's about it, man.
Yeah, I
Do we have
got
anything else?
nothing else whatsoever.
It's a long episode.
I mean, it was. Let me see how long it was. Actually, it was just over 2 hours. So
There you go. Good shit. We'll be back next week. Is next week the preview of Royal Rumble and shit? Or
yes.
when is this Raw 25th thing?
Oh no, next week will be the preview to Raw 20. I feel it is Raw 20. Yeah. Next week will be a. I don't know, man.
Next week we'll be back to get high as fuck and talk about pro wrestling. How about that shit?
Yes, like we did this week, and like I am right now.
Like we have.
Yeah, like we have been all along. But Jim, since you're cut out, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the reins.
I'm not cut out, shit, but I want you to finish it. You finish it.
Oh, you were cut out, by the way. But
Okay.
I want you to wait now. I don't know how it goes, Jim. You got to do
You
it.
just shit the bed. You told you wanted, you were going to take it. You had all the chance in the world, and you just shit the bed.
I don't know how it starts. May you get
May
all
you
the
get
dick.
all.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go. You go for it. You're better at it than me.
May you get all of the dick and/or pussy you desire. Remember, a winner is you, and as always, be excellent to each other.
And remember, go fuck yourself.
Zangief wins.